Yo, what's good? It's Axgunner and Nexon has given us another interesting event, the WondeRoid event. So today I'll be showing you how to get through all the stages of a jump quest, how to farm the coins, where to find the hidden boss, and then we'll talk about the rewards. But before we get into it, I wanted to let you know that I've put timestamps for each of the sections in the description box below, so feel free to jump to the parts that you need. And before attempting on any of the stages, please watch through this section once so you can understand the layout of the jump quest and the tips that I provide. It's always best to plan and understand before you take action. Let's go. B4, the first stage of the jump quest. This is actually the second hardest out of all the stages, so once you get past the first stage, the next two is a breeze. In beginning, there's nothing too complex. It gives you some space to get used to the Android controls. A big tip is don't be afraid to throw your Android. It speeds up the run and saves you from waiting for the jump cooldown. As you can see, I've been throwing it up platforms, across gaps. It's a really efficient way to transport it. So once we get near the middle of stage 1, this is where we get introduced to our first mini puzzle. What we got to do is make her crawl underneath these 3 pillars, then give her the command to wait. Then we go back out, climb up the ladder, cross these 3 hooks and chains, and Super Mario our way down the 3 pillars. Now a big tip is to take your time with these 3 pillars, because if you fall between the gaps, then you have to walk back and do it again, wasting your valuable time. So just take an extra second to jump and land properly. Once you get past the pillars, you teleport her up and continue on. Now the first time you pass this section, you will get an accident report, which is normal, so don't stress. You're just gonna have to do it again and continue on. Then we get introduced to the conveyor belt and lasers. Now before you even attempt to do it, make sure your Android is directly on top of you. This is going to make it easier for this section because you can just click player jump and Android jump at the same time, cutting down the mistakes you can make. The section is all about timing, so just be patient and take your time. Okay, once you pass the 3 lasers and you get to the incline, you need to pick her up and walk over the ramp and throw her. This is the best way to get your Android down because it eliminates the problem of having to click the player jump and the Android jump at the peak. Then when you get down here, you need to break this vent and enter it before the spikes kill you. It takes about 7 hits. You've got plenty of time, so don't stress. Once you're teleported up, you just jump back down and teleport your Android up and use the same vent to get yourself back up. After that, the rest of the stage is easy. It's just some walking and some button clicking and you're done. B3, the second stage. Like I said before, the second stage is easy. If you take your time through this whole stage, I am 99% sure you'll clear this within your first 5 tries. So this little room requires you to break the vent and click the button up the top, then jump back down. There's literally nothing that can kill you here. Then you get introduced to the elevators. You click the red button and the platform comes down. And here's a cool thing about range classes. So the jump quest only registers your basic attack. So if you're ranged, you can kill the mobs at a distance, which is much easier and it's a lot less hassle. You get to face your first moving laser. I can't give much tips here because I thought the lasers would turn off at a specific spot, but after further research, that's not the case. So you're gonna have to do it yourself, but don't stress, it gets easier the more you do it. Then after the laser, the rest of the second stage is easy, just a couple of mobs and fixed lasers and you're done. B to the third stage. This is another easy stage. The most difficult part here is here in the beginning. So after you pass this steam dispenser, you need to immediately jump up because there's a mob on the left that will attack you. Then you teleport your android up and you get yourself up by jumping on the moving platform. You pass the stationary lasers and drop down. Make sure your android jumps first, or you can carry your android down. And the rest is easy, just some walking and a few mobs and a few red buttons. B1, the fourth stage. This is the most difficult stage. So I'm going to split this into two halves. First half is getting to the right side and the second half is coming back to the left side. I highly suggest watching all of this before even attempting to do this stage because it takes an average of 8 to 9 minutes to actually complete this stage. So it's best to be prepared than to go in and waste your valuable time. The first half. The beginning, there's a few red buttons, a moving laser, and one mob. Nothing too difficult. Now after that comes the steam dispensers and the conveyor belt. Okay, I'm gonna break it down to 3 things you need to know. The first thing to know is that the steam dispensers have a pattern. They will have a couple of bursts that are unsynced, then one burst that is synced, which is when we'll go. The second thing to know is that the conveyor belt has 3 sections with 3 different speeds. At the start, it's low. In the middle, it's medium speed, which starts after the ladder. Then the end is high, which starts after the broken vents. So what does this mean? So when you're at the beginning, you're going to need to push the right movement key to help you move along the conveyor belt. In the middle, the medium section, you don't have to click the right key for as long. And in the end, during the high speed section, you only need to let go the left key to move past the dispensers. Because the high speed is more than enough to help you get by without any additional right side movement. Now the final thing is to do this in sections. And by sections, I mean group up the steam dispensers that you'll pass. So first, we pass the 2 set. Then we pass the 3 set. Then we got a 2 set, then we got a 3 set, and this is where it speeds up a little. At the 1 set, then the big 4 set, and after this, there's a 2 set, and then the speed of the conveyor belt is high. So be careful. And then there is a 1 set and 2 sets at the end. So let me summarize this strategy. We're gonna wait till the bursts are in sync before we go. And we are going to pass a certain amount of dispensers at a time, which is listed on the screen now. And then we'll be careful of the speed. Doing all 3 of these will definitely increase your odds of passing. So good luck. And then the rest of the first half is pretty easy. Just a couple of mobs and some red buttons. But once you reach the portal, it'll tell you that it's blocked off and that you need to go back to the left side. The second half, returning to the left side. So there's 2 ways of doing this. First, I'll show you the easy way, then the hard way. So the easy way, you start walking back towards the left side and the elevator falls, giving you access to the ladder. Teleport your android up and get past the lasers. Remember, take your time because if you mess up, you're gonna have to start from the very beginning. You get through the lasers, nothing too difficult yet. Then comes 3 stationary lasers and you have to crawl under this section with your android and you're faced with a quick moving laser. Okay, after this moving laser, you're gonna need to send your android back down. We do this to set up for the next step. So don't worry, we'll go back to pick it up later. You keep heading left and you need to jump past a laser, cling onto the rope and climb up the rope and jump to the other side. Again, take your time. The margin of success is high, so don't worry. Then you keep walking left and drop down and break this vent. And it's going to teleport us down under the conveyor belt. There's one very important rule. Do not jump when you climb the ladder because it will put you up where the conveyor belt is and you'll have to redo everything. So you climb the ladder and head over to the right to pick up your android we ported down. Then we start retracing our steps back to the beginning. Okay, one more note. I think the ladder is bugged, so you're going to have to jump from the ladder to reach the left side because there's a gap you'll keep falling through. So just hang on to the ladder, wait for the steam to dispense, and then jump over. A tip, if the dispensers are next to each other, wait for them to both be in sync before you walk across. If it's just one, then just do one at a time and just take your time. After you get past the conveyor belt, the rest is easy. There's one moving laser and you've finished the stage. The second half, return hard. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other way of completing the second half. It's good if you want a challenge, but if you're trying to get this done as quick as possible, stick to the easy way. And for people that don't need this part, you can skip it here. And for the challenges, I won't be talking, so enjoy the clip. F1, the final stage. This is the easiest stage of them all. All you need to do is walk right, kill the mobs, and once you touch these electric fences, you have to click certain keys to destroy it. You'll be faced with 3 of these fences, and then after that, you're done. Easy. Investigator mode. Now you've completed the rescue jump quest, we unlock the investigation mode. This is where you can farm the event coins. You get access to this mode 6 times a day, and this is how people have been getting their day 1 glimmering mechanical hearts. The best map for farming the coins is B3. It's got 3 platforms, the top 2 being very close to each other, great for all classes, awesome spawn rate, and you can just keep circling the map. And what's even better than the coins is that the monsters drop plus 30 EXP trait items. In about 2 runs, I got about 100 trait items each, so it's awesome if you haven't maxed your traits. There's also a hidden boss for the mission. You access him by going to the map B4. There's a portal on this small conveyor belt. You enter it and you climb up the pile of bones, head over to the right and you'll face the boss. Then after defeating him, head over to the right and you'll be teleported back up to B4. The reward shop. Very awesome rewards. The main reward is the permanent level 120 glimmering mechanical heart. If you don't have a level 120 heart, this is a great opportunity to grab one. It's got the same amount of stats as the titanium heart, better base stats, and the glimmering heart is technically free. Other notable rewards in the shop are the trait boost potion, the 2 times EXP and the 2 times drop. They both expire in 30 days. So if there's a 2 times event, you can stack and get 4 times. Both of them are limited to 10 each. And then of course the chair if you're a chair collector. The androids. Now to purchase any of the androids, you have to unlock them and then take them through the whole rescue jump quest. So Asta, she's automatically unlocked from the beginning. Rhea, the quest is given after saving Asta. Kat, hunt for 3 keys in floor B4 of the investigation mode. Anastasia, purchase the VIP area pass in the shop. Roxy, find and hunt Roxy in B3 of the investigation mode. Apollo, the quest is given after saving Asta. Jax, destroy the hidden boss under floor B4. And Sarum, quest given after saving Kat. Alright guys, so that's the WondeRoid event guide. If I helped you in any way, shape or form, hit the like button. And if you want to see more MapleStory content, subscribe. I'll be making guides to every event as soon as they come out. So stay tuned. I'm Axgunner, the real Axgunner. Peace out.